I've never been so sure of anything before. Just like I'm in this moment, but once alone would be enough. Just take my hands and take my ring, 'cause I will always love you through anything I'll do. To talk back on different segment, you know, for the engaging about Tope, OGINNI, you know. Let's talk about love. Let's talk about God. Let's talk about all you need to know before you say I do.
Thank you for tuning in to Glorious Vision Television. My name is Tope, and you are welcome to Before You Say I Do. Before You Say I Do is a program designed for all categories of singles. As long as you have not said I do, this is a program you don't miss for anything. This is where we enlighten, we educate the singles on all what they need to know before saying I do. This is where we prepare the single ahead of the marital journey that they are about to embark upon. This is where we teach you the concept of marriage, everything that you need to prepare yourself ahead of the marital journey that you are about embarking on. This is where we help you to get it right in the area of your relationship. Before you say I do, as the name implies, you have not said I do. You have a lot. I'm sure you must have witnessed many bad marriages around you, and you don't wish that you get married and your marriage is like any of those ones that you have witnessed. So the whole objective of this program is to help as many singles that desire to be married someday to get it right in the area of their relationship, to prepare them adequately, to get them informed, to let them know what they are getting into, and to help you to examine yourself, to work on yourself, to improve on yourself, on your relationship, to know more about yourself, about your partner, and everything, every information that you need to get so that you not be like those who are already married and today they are full of regrets. They are saying, had I known, I would not have married this person. Had I known, I would not have married this Ellie. Had I known, maybe I was not patient enough. So all about Before You Say I Do is for as many singles that we can get to know all what they need to know before saying I do. So if this is your first time and you are a single coming across this channel, please don't touch that dial, because you have a lot to benefit by going with me on this journey of discovery, marital growth, marital information, and all the rest of them. So on this note, I want to also remember all my regular viewers. I want to say thank you for always being there every week. And for those who are going to be joining today, welcome on board. On this note, I want to go on this short break. When I return, the program is starting. Please don't go anywhere, and I'll be right back. Thank you. Welcome back. It is still Before You Say I Do, the only program that educates, transform, give knowledge, practical experiences to Christian singles and to singles in general, and everything that you need to know before you say I do. So On today's episode of Before You Say I Do, I want to directly speak to our ladies, and the topic is financial foundations for single ladies before marriage. Financial foundations. This is very important that you build a strong financial foundations before you get into marriage as a lady. I know that your prayer is to get married to a very rich man, a very wealthy man who can take care of all your needs, so that you might not even need to do anything. You might not even need to work or do any type of business, because your man is a ready-made man who can afford all your financial needs and all other needs. So as a result of that, I know a lot of ladies that when you ask them what kind of man are you looking for, part of their response is to be rich. I want him to be rich. I want him to be wealthy. I want him to be, yes, it's good. Nobody is saying that it's wrong or it's a sin. But you know that money is a critical area of life that often determines whether your marriage is going to be peaceful or there's going to be pressure in your marriage. Marriage is very, very important. It is good to love each other. It is good to care for each other. It is good to be there for each other. But all this will not pay your bills. When you get married, you are going to be paying bills. You are going to have your house rent if you are not living in your own personal house. The children's school fees are there. Utility bills are there. Church obligations, family obligations, and all other expenses are going to be showing up. Emergencies, medical bills, and all of them, they are going to be showing up. So you must definitely need money to attend to all these things. So when the money to do all this are not there, then there will be problem. There will be conflicts. There will not be peace in that home. There will be pressure. Marriages have scattered. Marriages have parted ways as a result of lack of money, or there's no money, or there's not enough money to spend. So I'm sure that's why you see that we are advising our men, and we have said it before, that part of the red flags you should look out for is if you are in a relationship with a man that is not ambitious, that does not have vision, that does not have purpose or direction for his life. He doesn't know where he's going. The same thing applies to a woman. Yes, you are supposed to be an helpmate. Yes, your husband is supposed to be there to be rich. But do you know that in the course of your marriage, what if this man loses his job? What if something happens that make him unable to work anymore? Like illness, like anything can just happen. Have you ever thought of that? So nobody is saying that you should go into marriage and become the breadwinner as a woman. That is not what we are saying, but we are just letting you know that there are marital challenges, and it differs from every couple. You don't know which one is waiting for you when you get married. For some, it comes early, and for some, it comes later in life. You don't know. This is a journey that you have never walked through before. So you need God, and you need also to be prepared. So like I'm saying, so for single ladies, learning financial discipline before marriage is not just wise. It is biblical. It is even biblical for you to learn financial discipline before marriage. Marriages have scattered as a result of a married woman who is so extravagant in spending, who lives outside her means, whose husband has to go out of his ways to give her money. When she requested for money and the man is not there to give the money, quarrel starts. Before you know, it results into physical fight. So in order to avoid all of this, you know, I said money is very, very critical, and it can determine whether your marriage is going to be peaceful or have pressures. I'm sure you want your marriage to be peaceful, and as a result of that, you want to ensure that you prepare adequately before you say I do. You want to ensure that you put in place, if not all, at least the critical ones before you say I do. So, as I was saying, a financial literate woman, don't forget the topic once again is financial foundations for single ladies before marriage. It is very, very important that you have financial knowledge, financial literacy, financial discipline, so that you will not get into your marriage like some women will do when the husband will say, oh, we don't have enough money in this house. Let us send our children to a school that we can afford. And the woman will say, no way. I want our children to go to the best school in this Nigeria. And he knows that the husband cannot afford it. She herself cannot. And she will be insisting that I don't care. Go and look for how you are going to get the money. That is the school that I want my children to attend. Then the trouble starts in that home. Sometimes it can push these men outside to go and do what they are not supposed to do, to go and put their hands into ungodly business, illegitimate business that will get them into trouble, that will not even give them peace. I'm sure you wouldn't want to do that to a man that you claim to love. So, Proverbs 41 says that the wise man will always build a home, build a house. And the best way, one of the ways that you can do that is also to ensure that you are adequately empowered before you go into your marriage. What is the essence of our young ladies these days going to school to be educated so that they can come out, get a good job, going to learn trades so that they can come out and have one business or the other. They want to support their husband. They don't want to leave everything alone to the man. So many people too are now trying to ensure that, oh, I don't want my family to suffer. I want to be a helpmeet indeed to the man that I'm going to get married to. So let's look at some reasons for financial foundation. Why do you have to go through financial foundation as a young lady? It promotes healthy communication. Understanding finances together help you as a couple to avoid misunderstandings and conflicts. It will help you to avoid all forms of understandings and conflicts that could arise as a result of money issue. The next one is it will prevent debt and financial hardship. Early financial education will help you to avoid common money mistakes like overspending, getting yourself into loan and debt accumulation, which often cause tension and sometimes lead to divorce in marriages. It will also help you to confidently know that you can do some certain things on your own, even when your husband is not around. We have had stories of women like when they ask them for NEPA bill, NEPA money, they'll tell you, when my husband returns from work, I will come and give it to you. When there are some issues in the home and tenants are asked to contribute, when you go, all other tenants know this particular woman that she will always tell them to wait. Even when there's school fees problem, she will always go to the school and tell the teachers, my husband has not given me the children's school fees. What stops you? They are your children too. And we shouldn't forget that it is the women that we always enjoy more of these children. I am not saying because of that men should not take care of their children, but we know it's a fact. So why will you not invest in what you are going to be the one that is going to benefit it more than all in the later part of your life? So why waiting for your husband if you can afford? If he gives it to you, fine. If he does not have it at that time and you have it in order not to allow it to affect your children, why don't you just pay for the sake of the future of those children? It's not about your husband now. That how can I have children and you can't pay their school fees? If you can, it is for the benefit and the future of those children. So you can always do that. So one of the reasons, again, is that you feel happy that you're able to do some things. Imagine if your parents are still alive and one of them falls sick and you need money to take care of them. Are you going to wait for your husband again? Your mother is in the emergency unit and you need to drop some money as soon as possible, and your husband is not within reach, Are you saying that you will not be able to say, okay, let me just drop this money, then if my husband gives it back to me, fine. If not, at least I've done what I'm, at least to save that life at that moment. Have you been thinking about this? Yes, you got married to a very wealthy man, a rich man. What if this man dies and you are not doing anything? Even the fact that you are not doing anything and you don't have any business knowledge can even affect every business that man left for you, because you are not a business person. You are not an entrepreneur. You don't understand anything about business. You have never worked all through your life. Then the problem starts. So it's very, very important that you have all this financial literacy, because even if you lose your husband and he leaves some legacies for you and the children, you can mismanage them because you don't have the financial literacy. You don't understand anything about how to manage money, how to save money, how to invest money. These are the reasons why you, as a single person that I've not said I do, you must have all this knowledge at your disposal. Women are always good managers when it comes to money, except for those ones that are very, very extravagant in their spending. But I know that most women, we always, I could recollect there was a man that said when he was single, that he has a lot of money, you know, and he has a good job, but he doesn't understand this habit of saving, investing. And he said the moment he just entered into a relationship with this particular lady, and the lady saw that this man has money, instead of her to be taking the man to eatery every week, let's go and do shopping, to be wasting all the money. Do you know what she did? She advised the man to buy a land to start building. So even before they became husband and wives, they already have a mansion. So immediately after their wedding, they moved from the reception to their own apartment, to their own permanent apartment. Are you thinking that way? I'm not saying that if you cannot afford it, you should pressurize your man to do that. But if you know that he has the means, is within the means that he can do that, you can always encourage it than just spending the money anyhow, and after wedding there won't be money to spend. Then you will now be saying that before we get married, you used to have money, you used to have this. So this is one of the reasons why you must have this financial literacy that we are talking about. So let's look at some of the signs that you lack financial foundations. The first one is you spend more than you earn. You are earning 100,000 naira and you are spending 200,000. That means that you don't have financial literacy. You're always spending beyond, above your income. You don't have financial foundation at all. You don't have financial discipline. The next one is you borrow money often, even for small needs. People know you. People know that you are working, you are earning salary, or you are doing a business. Yet you are always borrowing money, borrowing money, borrowing money. No, it's not a good thing. You don't have financial discipline or financial foundation. You have a very faulty foundation when it comes to finance. You notice that you don't even have a budget or spending plan. Like you don't have a budget when you are working, you are earning a salary, or you have a business that you are having profits, you are getting profits from. But you don't have a budget. Like every month, you must have a budget. Like for your foodstuffs, your transportation to your workplace, your tithes as a Christian, you want to do some other things. These are some of the budget that you must have. You don't just collect your salary and just begin to spend and as it comes. No. Like for some people, after payment of their tithe, they have some savings. Then they also attend to some other needs, maybe some pending needs that are very, very and it's going to be on a scale of importance. On a scale of importance, not just buying, impulsive buying, just buying anything. Even things that you don't need, you start buying them. That you know that maybe in 5 years, you may not need them. Why buying them now? As at that, by the 5 years, by the 5 years, how sure are you that that thing will still be useful or will still be in vogue as at that time? Will still be useful as at that time. So the next one is you rely on others, your parents, friends, your partners to meet your needs. You don't have any source of income. You can't even make money by yourself. You can't do any business. You cannot work. You don't have any means in which money is coming into your hands. That's another thing to tell you, sign that you don't have any financial foundation, that your financial foundation is strongly faulty. When you must do anything, you must always have a friend to call. You must call your parents. I know when I was in school, I know some students that even in school, they are into some businesses, legitimate businesses. Some don't even go home to collect money from their parents because they are doing business in school. It's only when they feel that, oh, they have to see their parents. It's been quite a long time, and they want to see mommy, they want to see daddy. They go home. It's not because they are not going home because they want to go and get money from there, because they have business. Some of them have already learned some kind of trade. They can help you to make your hair. They have some small this what is it called? This salon equipment in their own room. So we go to their room, they help us to braid our hair, they retouch our hair, and they get money for it. Some people, they can sew all type of jobs. Some people are into selling and buying. They come to Lagos, they buy shoes, they buy clothes for students, and they sell and they get their money. So are you telling me that those kind of ladies I'm talking about, they will get married tomorrow and your husband will ever regret ever getting married to them because they already have financial empowerment? So the next thing is you shop emotionally, buying to feel better. Because yes, I know some people will say you better spend your money. You better spend your money. After all, you are the one that is working, but you must be very careful. You must place caution on how you are buying things. If you are buying because you want to please others, it is rubbish. If your buying is to do competition, is to make other people jealous or envious of you that you have money, you need to place caution on that. The next one is you have no savings or emergency fund. Some people, you ask them, do you have any savings? They will tell you, I don't have savings. Do you have any emergency fund? If anything happens, do you have where you can fall back to? Assuming you needed 200,000, you as a person, you must first of all ask like 100,000. So when you are telling people that I need 200,000 and they ask you how much do you have, you should be able to tell them that I've been able to save 100. You know, this will inspire the person that want to give you, or motivate the person that want to give you money that out of 200, she's already having 100. Okay, just take this 20. So when you're able to go around, you get your 200,000 or over. But not like you don't even have any savings. You don't have anywhere you can fall back to. You don't have financial foundation. And it is risky for your future. You don't understand where your money goes every month. Like some people will say, I don't even know where my money is going to. I know I'm working and I know I'm making money, but I just can't do the calculation. I can't account for how my money or where my money is going to. Another sign is you value appearance and lifestyle over essentials. You like to look so good, beautiful. You spend on your money. I learned that some people can spend like 1 million on their hair, wigs, or doing of their hair. Some people we sew clothes of 1 million, over 1 million. Yes, if you can afford it, why not? But if you know that you cannot afford it, you have to go out of your way just because you want to please others, it is not right. You fear financial discussions. Any discussion that involves money, you don't like to be there. You don't want to listen. You don't want to be part of it because you are afraid that they are going to, what they are going to say is going to really touch you. It's going to affect you in one way. It's going to change your mindset about the way you have been spending, and you don't want that. Then the last one on the signs, you are not financially accountable to anyone. You don't have anybody that you are accountable to. You just get your money. Nobody is asking you, how are you spending your money? When you get your salary, what do you normally spend your salary on? Nobody is asking that question. So you are at liberty to spend your money the way you like, because there's nobody that to go and give account to, like your mom or your dad, because you are still single, or your senior brother or elder sisters and not the rest of them. All those ones, you don't have them. So because of this, you just spend your money anyhow, because you are not answerable or accountable to anybody. This is another sign that you are having a financial faulty foundation, and it is not just right. It is not just right for you as a single that is preparing to become a mother or to be married someday. On this note, I want to go on this short break. When I return, the program continues. Please don't go anywhere, and I'll be right back. Stay tuned. Are you about tidying up, or are you ready to unlock the secret to a successful and fulfilling marriage? Well, look no further. Introducing 3 amazing must-have books that have been produced and tailored to help singles make the right choices are now out. Carefully written by Tope, an experienced marriage counselor and host of the popular television program Before You Say I Do. The books will no doubt be an invaluable companion for all singles out there who are trying to make a choice of a life partner. Making the right decisions before you say I do deals with the integrity of how relationship can be carefully managed to produce the desired result for singles, while Prayer Guide for Singles Seeking Life Partners points out the important and invaluable role of prayers for singles in making choices. It offers a comprehensive collection of prayers specifically designed to help singles manifest a godly life partner and help connect with God. Relationship red flags you should never ignore laid bare the signs and indications that can help a single to avoid a union that will ultimately lead to endless years of pain, regret, and even sorrow. All these books are now on sale. Get your copies now at the Apostolic Church Nigeria, LAWNA Bookshop, Olorunda K2, Lagos, or visit our website for convenient online ordering, topeogini.com.ng, or call 081 4356 1574. Remember, it is never too late to make the right choices for your heart. So do not wait any longer. Grab your copies today and start your journey towards healthy and godly marriage. Distributors are wanted nationwide. Welcome back. It's still Before You Say I Do on Glorious Vision Television. And the topic of discussion for today is financial foundations for single ladies before marriage. Learning financial foundation, literacy, discipline before you get into marriage. And I said it is very, very important that you as a lady that you build a solid foundation before you say I do. Because it has been observed and discovered that money is one of the major causes of problems in marriage. Money is one of the major causes. And I also said that money is very, very critical in determining whether your marriage is going to be peaceful or have pressures. Is one of it. I'm not saying it's all. Yes, the love and all the rest of them. But money too. We have seen people, a couple who love each other so much, yet they could not love each other to when it comes to finance, when it comes to money issues. So you begin to wonder what kind of love is that will affect your finance, that you cannot love yourself to the extent of understanding each other when it comes to money issues. So we go to the next one. Common financial mistakes that most single ladies normally make. Spending heavily on clothes, wigs, makeup to impress others because you see others are looking so great. If you know that you cannot afford it, or the little money that is coming to you cannot afford all of these things, why would you want to go out of your way or stress yourself to look good? We call it living a fake life, because it's not like you can afford all of these things. The only way that you can say you can afford it, if you can buy all of these things, yet you can save money, yet you can be able to meet other needs. Not after you have bought all the wigs, spend on clothes, yet you go around begging for money. That is not just right. That is a poor financial foundation. When people will look at you, you are looking good, you dress so beautiful, they can tell what it costs to have that wig you have on your head. They can tell you the price. They know that the wig you are wearing is about 200,000, and you are here begging somebody to give you 50,000. It's like they look at you as you are a non-serious person. So one of the financial mistakes is when you spend so heavily on clothes and all the rest of them just to impress others. Some people will say it is for me to look good, to make me happy. Yes, I also dress to make me happy too. I also dress to make me confident anywhere I go, to make me not to have low self-esteem when I see others. But I don't go out of my ways to do that. I live within my means to get whatever I want to get. Living above their income just to feel classy. You are getting 50,000 naira as a salary, and everything that we have on you is costing about 300,000. just because you want people to feel that you are a classy lady. What is it all about? It's an example of financial faulty foundation, because when you get married, you are going to be doing the same thing, because it's something that you are already used to as a single person. So when you get into marriage and you don't have enough money, then you fall back to your husband. We are going to be grouping you into those kind of women that they want to live beyond their means and they don't have the resources. They have to pressurize their husband to ensure that he gets the money for them so that they can belong. They want to belong to the classy women, to their workplace, among their friends, and the family, and all the rest of them. Depending on men or relationships for financial rescue. If you are in a relationship because you know that the guy is boxed up, he has money, he has a good job, he's receiving 6 packs, is that why you have decided to say yes? Is that why you have decided to give attention to that man? Because you know that he can pay your bills. I hear ladies say that I can only date a man who can pay my bills. I have bills to pay. I cannot date a man who cannot pay my bills. Can you pay your own bills yourself? You want somebody to pay your bills and you know that you cannot even pay your own bills too. So what am I saying? Depending on men, if you are the type that you have never done any kind of business, you have lived your life depending on men, sugar daddies, your boyfriends, men generally to be giving you money. I'm telling you, when you get married, you are going to have a big issue in that marriage and even with your husband, because that is the kind of life that you are used to. So I'm telling you now that as a single person, if that is your lifestyle, you have to work on it, because it's not just right. It's not just good at all, especially from my Christian single sisters. It's not just right to have to pressurize your husband because you want to live beyond what you don't have, and you have to force or pressurize the man. After all, you are a man. Are you not a woman too? The Bible not tells us that you are supposed to be an helpmate to that man. So if the man cannot provide all the 100%, he has 80. Why don't you just put the 20% and make it 100, and anything that you want to do within the home is done without anybody knowing who does what or not? That should be the most important thing to you. Getting into debt for business you don't understand. You want to start a business. You don't understand the business. Before you can go into business, you need to do feasibility study. How many people have done that business? Is that business that you want to go into, is it something that is in need? Is it something that people need so desperately that you know that if you put your capital into it, you are going to be realizing your money fast? Are you looking at it that way? So some people will just see that because their friend is doing a kind of a business and she's making it in that business, they want to do copy and go into that kind of a business without having any experience or any knowledge of that business. And at the end of the day, the business will fold up. They will now start all over again and be looking for money, begging for money all around. That is not right. No saving habit or emergency fund. You must have saving habit. I once spoke to a young lady sometime. She said she's working in a school and she's earning 20,000 naira. And she said that she's staying with her mom, with her parents. I said, fine, you are not paying house rent, you are not paying NEPA bills and all the rest of them. I said, even from that 20,000. And I said, how about food? She said, of course, I eat at home. I said, from that 20,000, you can be saving money from it. Before you know it, at the end of the year, you will realize how much you are going to have. And she said, that she will try, because she said to her, all along she has been thinking that 20,000 is just too much for her to be saving out of it. But I said, no, money is just too, it just depends on your financial discipline, your financial literacy. And she started doing it. 2 years later, she just called me and said, Mommy, do you know that what you told me to do, even that time when you told me, I did not mind you, but later something happened that I needed money, and I went around, I couldn't get the money. That was when I remembered what you discussed with me, and I started saving from even that 20,000. Mommy, do you know that with that saving, I did this, I did that, and I was so happy to hear that. So don't believe that you cannot save. No matter how little it is, ensure that you have saving habits, emergency fund. Avoiding money conversation with your mentors is a mistake. Then not learning about investment. You need to learn about investment, not just saving alone now. You should know how you can invest your money. That when you invest the money, it may not be now, it may even be for future. That when you are now old, or when you cannot even do much again, that's when you'll be realizing or be getting the dividends from this investment. So you should know, you should go and talk to investment expert. I have this particular money and I want to invest it. What are the kind of business that are genuine, that is legitimate, that I can invest upon? Jumping into financial commitments without planning. Don't be doing that. A lot of you do that. You just jump into financial commitment without having a solid plan. Who wants to build a house that will not first sit down and count the cost? Do I have the money to do this building? How many years? What is the duration? And you have to do a good planning. Giving without budgeting first. You don't just give. You must have a budget. And that's why I say part of the budget, many of you don't do budget. When you do your budget, part of your budget will include some people like CSR, like giving out. Some people will come and ask you for money. Yes, sometimes some people will come to you to ask you for money, and there are people that you cannot even say no to, or there will be some emergency. So it's very important that those will be part of your budgeting. So you'll not be dipping your hand into your money, and at the end of the day, you just discover that nothing is remaining. Focusing only on wedding expenses and no marriage life is a mistake. It's a great mistake. I know some people that are in relationship now and they don't have savings. They don't have any money in their account. They are relying on their parents to do the wedding for them, or family members or friends, or they want to get a loan. They want to get a loan. So now you are just preoccupied with your wedding expenses, not your marriage. Wedding is just a day. People will attend your wedding. They will eat, they will drink. But if you are not careful, after the wedding, what happens next? After the wedding, you go back to your home as a couple. You need to start doing some things with money, like I said. So what then now happens if you don't have this financial discipline and all the rest of them? So it's very, very important that you ensure that while you are preparing for wedding, you are also preparing for marriage. That after wedding, you know that as you are buying food, as you are spending money, be ensuring that you are dropping the one that you are going to be needing after your wedding in your marriage. Then we go to the consequences of this financial poor habits for ladies. Consequences for your future marriage. Becoming a financial burden. You are going to become a financial burden on your husband. And when it gets to a point, the man will be tired, the man will be exhausted, and you start seeing the other side of him. When you start hearing a man telling you that, go and find something to do, don't kill me, then you should know that you have missed it. That something is beginning to happen in your marriage that you may not be able to fix. You may not be able to fix if it gets worse. So you now become I'm sure you wouldn't want to be, except if you are the lazy type, that you'll be going to marry thinking that you want to go and be a burden onto a man to fix all your problems, your family problems, your money. Your mother is asking for money, you go to your husband. Your siblings need money, it's your husband. Your this need money, is you too. You cannot even boast. Or when they come, you have to tell them that they should sleep over, because when your husband arrives, you will discussing with your husband. Taking money from joint account is different from when it is your husband that is going to give the money. Please mind the difference. Causing fights and money-related stress is going to be causing fights. Inability to manage joint income properly because you don't have a financial discipline. Even when your husband raises it that you should have a joint account, you will not want to do that because you know that you are not used to that. You are a heavy spender. You are not a good saver. You don't save money. You don't know how to invest. You don't have all this financial discipline. So you will always be the one that will be kicking against it. Why do you want us to have joint account? Let everybody have their personal account. I don't believe in joint account. That's when you begin to say also, because you know yourself. But when you know that you have this financial discipline and good financial foundation, you'll be happy to do that. That we should have a joint account that will be for projects and individual accounts that we can use to attend to some other needs. It is very, very important that as a couple, you have a joint account. But most times, the reason why some couple don't normally like to go into joint account is because of the poor financial foundation or financial literacy of one of the spouses. So nobody will want to do that. At the end of the day, the other person will be the one that will be spending the money anyhow. So some people are always being careful. Poor example to children about money. You are going to be a poor example. I have heard stories where husbands will give money to their wives to go and pay children's school fees, and the wife will spend the money. Husband will give their wives money to go and buy books, to go and buy school uniform. They will spend the money to buy clothes on themselves. We give them money to buy foodstuffs in the house. They will chop the money. Yes, these are the kind of women that they don't have this financial literacy or financial discipline that we are talking about. So you can see the importance. And when your husband come up and start fighting you, you now be calling the man that you are too stingy, you are too this, you start calling him all sorts of names. Whereas you are the one, you are the bad one here. You are the one who does not have a good financial background, good financial literacy or financial discipline. So you can see this is another consequence. Then constant financial insecurity or dependency. You will always be depending on your husband for everything because you cannot work. They've been able to raise money for you, raise capital for you to start a business. Nothing came out of it. To go and work, you will always tell one story. I am tired. Your husband have discovered that there's nothing you can do. So he has decided to leave you alone. Now you are now depending on him for everything. That is what you are going to become. Then shame or guilt over past debt or mistakes. Some women, because you don't have this financial literacy we are talking about, they go and borrow money. I have heard story of a woman, a man who reached out to me on this program and said, my wife is fond of borrowing money on my behalf. And I'll be going to work or coming back. People will be asking me, will be calling me that your wife came to borrow money from us. Your wife came to buy foodstuffs and said that when you are returning back from work, that you are going to give them the money. That's not, you are embarrassing your husband. That's not fair. So you are going to become an embarrassment to yourself, to your husband, and even to your family as a result of this poor financial foundation that you are building for yourself as a single lady. I know a lot of single who are married today, they started this when they were single. They were fond of borrowing money. People know them. They will borrow money. They will buy this, buy that, buy that. Accumulated debts. And when they get married, they will now take all these debts again into their marriage. Then the husband will now be the one that will be suffering from it. There was a story of a young man like that who went into debt, and the wife did not know. The house they are living, that the wife thought that it belongs to the husband. She never knew that it's as a result of that. Not until when the bag came and started throwing their things out. That was when the man opened up and said, yes, this is what happened. Very, very bad. Things happen. So that's why as a single lady, you need to have a financial background, a solid financial foundation that will help you to have peaceful marriage when it comes to money, when it comes to finance. The next thing is marriage frustration from unrealistic expectations. When you are expecting a man that is earning 100,000 to come and buy you a car as a birthday gift, to send you to Dubai to go and do shopping, when you know that the man cannot afford it, unrealistic expectations. So it will lead to that. If you can afford to buy yourself, all it takes is just to take every members of the family, including yourself and your husband and the children, that, oh, this holiday, I want to take everybody to Dubai, because you can afford it as a woman. It doesn't have to be all the time that it's your husband, is your husband, is your husband. So it's going to cause marriage frustration. You are going to frustrate yourself and frustrate everybody in that marriage because you need money. We have had stories of wives, when their husband is going to work in the morning, they will lock his shirt and say that you must give me money before you go. If you do not drop any money for me and the children today, you will not go out. You will not do this. We have had stories that husband will go to work and come back, there's no food. The husband will say, because you did not give me money. I know that there are some, don't get me wrong, I understand that some very mean men like that, they have money and they are not giving their wife money. I understand that there are some stingy men too that they don't give money. I'm not talking about those ones. I'm talking about a man that you know that is struggling, that you know that is making every effort to ensure that the family is okay. But it's not like it's going to be magical for him to have all the money at once, and yet you don't want to understand. That's the one I'm talking about. Misusing family income for non-essentials, like I've said. Family income, you go and use it to go and buy ashwebi because you want to be classy, because you want to belong, because you want them not to see that you are the odd one out who cannot afford ashwebi. The money that you are supposed to use for the family, either to buy foodstuffs, to pay children's school fee, pay house rent. Some landlords have dragged some husbands as a result of house rent, and the husband will be like, I've given it to my wife. Didn't my wife give the money to you? They say, no. When he goes to talk to the wife said, I used it to do this. Is that what I gave you the money for? Wahala will start. Financial infidelity. It will lead to financial infidelity. Hiding spending habits. You start hiding spending habits. You start hiding spending habits. You start hiding spending habits. When you buy something, some people, a man once told me that when my wife traveled and I decided to go into her, I don't just know, that spirit just told me to go into my wife's room. When I got there, if you see what I saw, I didn't know how those things came into our house. I never knew that my wife had been buying some things behind me, hiding them. It is when you don't have good financial foundation that you do all those things. If you are transparent with your husband when it comes to finance, if you are open when it comes to finance, there's nothing that you will buy. In fact, your husband will be the number one person that will know that you will be going to market. Darling, I'll be going to the market today. I want to go and get some materials. I want to go and get some shoes. You know, my shoes are old, my clothes, I need to change my wardrobe. You'll be so happy, and he will be so happy to say, okay, let me add some money to it, to what you have already. But when you start hiding things, you start hiding what you have bought, hiding receipts, because your husband must not see that you spend this much, then something is definitely not right in that relationship, and you need to work on it as much as you can. The next thing is, let's also look at the key financial principles that you as a single lady need to learn before marriage. There are some financial principles that I'm going to teach you now that you need to learn before you get married. Spend less than you earn. You cannot be earning 100,000 and you are spending 200,000 monthly. So it's either you are earning 100 and you are spending like 50 out of it. Part of it you are going to save. Part of it you are going to do your tithe and some other things. But ensure that you are not spending more than what you have. Always have a budget. Always have a monthly budget. I always do that. I always have a monthly budget. Maybe there are some things that are pending that I ought to have done last month. I was not able to do them. I'll bring them to this new month and I'll do my budget. What are those things I want to buy? What are the essentials that I need to buy in the house? What are those things that my husband will need to give me money and I need to add some money to it? What are those things that we need to do for the home, for the children, for our parents? I have aged parents. You know, what are those things? I have to put all of this into my budget every month. I buy their medications and all of that. So I have to put all of these things into my budget. You must do your budget. Then save consistently, no matter how small. No matter how small your earnings is or are, always learn to save. Build an emergency fund, like for 3 to 6 months expenses. You can start doing that. Make it 3 to 6 months. You will not touch that money. I know that some people, I've had some people doing that. Just go and be throwing the money there. You will not spend it. You will not go near it. It is emergency. Emergency that will come up, that will make you to go and touch that money. You must have that. Then tithe. Ensure you are tithing and give generously but wisely. Then track every expensive. Like me, if I'm going to the market with 20,000 naira today, I track every expense. By the time I come back, my husband knows I must put my pen on paper. Yes, I bought this for 10,000. I bought this for 2,000. I bought this, even including my transportation to and fro. I must ensure that I do my expenses. I must track every money that I took out, how I spent them. You can be doing that too. It will help you to have this good financial foundation, and it will help in your marriage. Understand basic investing. Go and learn basic investing. It is good to invest. These are some of the things. Your dividend may not be something that will be coming immediately, but later in life, you will enjoy it when the dividend starts coming in. So learn to invest. There are a lot of stocks, there are a lot of organizations that are looking for investors, and they are very legitimate. Look for them. Even as a single person now, it doesn't matter. You can start doing that. You'll be happy that as a single lady, even when you are doing your wedding, this is what you're able to do. Or as you are moving to your husband out, this is what you're able to do. Avoid get rich quick traps. Avoid all this. Give 50,000, get 500,000. Give 100,000, get 1 million. Please avoid them. they are going to ruin. We have stories on ground of all this MMM and all the rest of them. And the one that just happened recently, it's as a result of people that are lazy and they are not ready to, or they are not contented with what God is doing for them. They want more than they are doing, and it gets them into trouble. Don't do that. Learn delayed gratification. Get financial mentorship or training. Get somebody who is always available that is training you. Get somebody that is always training you about money. You need to have somebody who you are talking to, like a financial expert who you can always talk to. Like they are either auditors, accountants, all these people. They can help you to do your budgeting, to know about investment. You can always talk to them. You can walk to any good organization and just go there just because you want to get advice or counseling from them, and it will really help you as a single person, that you are a single person and this is what you want to know. Ways financial literacy prepares you. Let us look at the way all this financial foundation, financial literacy will prepare you for marriage. It will help you to build trust in your relationship. It will help you to plan a realistic wedding and marriage. It makes you a better partner in decision making, especially when it comes to finances, when it comes to taking decisions for your children, for your future life. It prepares you for motherhood responsibilities. It will help you to avoid unnecessary dependence on your spouse. It will position you to support your husband when there is need for it. You know, once you are financially empowered, you will be happy to assist your husband. I have heard stories of women who have helped their husband to own a house, to own so many things in life. You can be one of them too, if you train yourself to be one. It keeps you from being financially manipulated. Nobody can manipulate you because you already have the education. Then it increases your confidence anywhere you go because you have the money in your purse, you have the money to spend. It also protects your home from future financial crisis. When you are financially educated and literate, it helps you and your husband from falling into future financial crisis, because both of you cannot be together, have bankrupts. Then lastly, finally, practical steps for financial discipline and growth. As you have watched this program and you are thinking of how to start, now you have had everything. You have known where your own mistakes lies. Now the question is, how do I start? Is that what you are asking as you are watching me? Let's go. Start a monthly budget. Start from a monthly budget. I have advised that if you can't do that on your own, maybe you have friends as accountants, as auditors, or people that study accounting, statistics, and all the rest of them. Please, you can always walk to them and let them help you out. Use financial apps. There are some financial apps that you can download, like Mint or Excel sheets. Learn to make use of all these apps. Pay yourself first, then save before spending. Always pay yourself. When you collect your salary, you say, this is my own, this one is for me. Then you save before you start doing other saving. Yes. You are earning 100, you can decide to be paying yourself. Yes, I know that you are working in a place. They are paying you. You too, you can start paying yourself. That paying yourself is the money that you will owe, that you want to buy some things or you want to do some things for yourself. So you can decide that this one goes to me, this I do it too. This is the one that I'll be holding. Even though I know that in this part of the world, I understand everything that is going on. No matter how much you owed, with the rate at which things are so expensive and costly now, I understand, but God will help all of us. Then the next thing is read one finance book. It is always good. Try and read books on finance. On finance. Like you can read this one, The Richest Man in Babylon. Go and get that book. Maybe you can search for it on Google. The Richest Man in Babylon. Go and read it. It says so much about finance, especially for singles. Then set short-term and long-term financial goals. You must have short-term and long-term financial goals. You can join a savings group or cooperative. In your workplace, maybe you have cooperative, and if they don't have, there are some good cooperatives that are very genuine. You can Google them or ask about them. You can join cooperative group or join this local, local savings group, where every month some people will bring a certain amount of money, and somebody at the end of the month will be the one that will collect the money. You can be doing that too. That's another way of being financially disciplined, literate, and building a good financial foundation for yourself as a single before you say I do. Cut down on your unnecessary subscriptions and luxuries. Unnecessary, I mean when they are not necessary, cut them down. There are some things that are not necessary that we unconsciously spend our money on, and these are the things that are taking our money. I tell people, you subscribe every month. Is it that you are doing a content? Is it that you are a content creator? Is it that you are getting money? Is it that you are doing something that is educating people with that subscription? If not, if it's just to look at unnecessary things, useless thing that doesn't add to you on Facebook, why are you doing subscription? Have accountability. Have a coach. Have a financial coach in your life. Learn a skill that can bring in extra income. No matter what you are earning, it can never be enough. So there are so many online businesses that you can go into. So you can learn a skill that can bring up extra income. Then finally, always attend financial literacy seminars or webinars. Always attend financial seminars, conferences, webinars, where you can have opportunity to ask questions, to learn more from experts and people who are already experienced. And for you, I am going to say, go and read Proverbs 31. Go and read Proverbs 31 about that virtuous woman. Look at so many. Look at the way that woman was praised. She cuts across everything. Her family, her community, the church, and everything. A very, very industrious woman, to the extent that her children look up at her and say, Mommy, you are a blessed woman among the rest. Do you want to be called a blessed woman among the rest? Do you want? We hear at birthday ceremonies, husband will come out and be praising their wife. Oh, help me to thank my wife. My wife has been my backbone. If not for my wife, I will not be here. I will not be a CEO. Do you want your husband to say that about you? The only way you can earn that respect, and that is when you build a solid financial ground for yourself as a single, because you are going to be taking it to your marriage, and it's going to be helpful once you are already literate about your finances. Thank you so much. To this, I've come to the end of this episode of Before You Say I Do. I want to thank everyone who has joined me on today's episode of Before You Say I Do. I want to thank the production crew behind the scene for always ensuring that things go smoothly and you are able to watch me. I want to thank all my viewers, all those who join us today. If you have any question on this particular topic, or there's something that you want us to add or talk about, please don't hesitate to drop it on that WhatsApp number or on our previous topic. And also, you can also join our Facebook and YouTube page on Tuesday, same time at 8 p.m. Maybe you don't have the decoder, or you want to recommend this program to your friends who do not have the decoder in their homes. Tell them to go and to go on YouTube, search for Glorious Vision Television on YouTube and watch it on Tuesday. And also help us to drop your like, your comments, and subscribe to our channel. And as you do that, the Lord will bless you in Jesus' name. And maybe you want to watch a rebroadcast of this particular episode. You can also watch it on Saturday at 1 p.m. God bless you. I want to say once again, thank you to everyone. Until I come your way again on another exciting episode of Before You Say I Do, I remain your host, Tope again. Don't forget, on Before You Say I Do, we will always help you to take the right decision before you say I do. Thank you, and God bless you.
I've never been so sure of anything before. Just like I'm in this moment, but once alone would be enough. Just take my hands and take mine, 'cause I will always love you through anything I'll do. To back on different segment, you know, for the engaging about marriage. Tope, OGINNI, you know. Let's talk about love. Let's talk about God.